What is a mighty network? What does it do? And the related question, what could I do with it in my business or organization? Those are the things that we want to explore in this video. I'm Marcia Chadly, an online community consultant, strategist, and a certified mighty expert. We're going to start today by talking about what a mighty network is, the basics of what it does, and then we're going to talk about some examples of ways to use the Mighty Networks platform. It's a really flexible thing. What I'd like you to leave with is an understanding of, is this something you want to explore for your business or organization? A mighty network, in its simplest terms, is a way for you to provide an online location for your members or audience to get together and interact with each other, interact with you, and also experience and interact with content in any way you want to provide it: video, audio, text. So that could be resources, it could be a teaching and learning program that you're providing a course. A Mighty Network is created by you as the host using the Mighty Networks platform. Each Mighty Network is separate in its own space, and you as the host have sovereignty over that. You're not at the mercy of Facebook or in other social media deciding I'm closing down your account. You have control and ownership over what you're providing, and a lot of flexibility in how you put that together. Your members will get into your Mighty Network with their own account through the browser or through an app on the phone or tablet. Each Mighty Network has its own separate login. One of the beauties of that is, as opposed to Facebook, where a Facebook group, if you're posting there, your posts in that Facebook group will get mixed up for your members with other groups, family, friends, ads from Facebook. In your own Mighty Network, you have things, it's a nice private area, safe and secure, and away from distractions. The financial model of a Mighty Network is also different from something like social media. Each host pays for their own Mighty Network plan. There's a variety of different plans. You'll have to take a look at those. I'll put a link in the video description to see what fits your needs. Because you're paying for hosting, you don't have to worry about ads. The Mighty Network platform doesn't put any ads on it. You decide how to financially support your network. We'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. You have a lot of different options. But you're able to create your own place to support online communities, memberships, online learning in a really effective way. Bringing people together in a community of practice, is a great way to deepen the experience of learning and transformation that you want to guide these members through. You can think of a Mighty Network as a building. There's a door into the building, there are rooms inside the building, and there are different floors or hallways in the building. Inside the room is where people get together to do whatever they want to do, whatever you set up, because you're both the architect of the building and the interior designer. So inside a particular room, you can set up ways for the members to interact with each other, for them to interact with the content you want to provide, have live events, look at information, all kinds of things that you can do in those rooms. And you can also organize the rooms so that they are the ones you want people to see together are in separate floors or hallways. So in terms of Mighty Networks, a room is called a space, and the floor or the hallway is a collection, an organizational tool for those spaces, a way to get your members where you want them to go and guide them around the building. Each room has a door, and there's also a door into the building. So you as the host of a Mighty Network can design what you want to happen at each of those doors. You have control over who can even see the door exists. You can decide, can people see inside the door even if they don't walk into it? And who can actually walk into the door? As well as, is there a price to pay to walk into the door? You get to decide how people see and interact with those doors. That lets you create multiple different ways for people to connect and engage inside your one single Mighty network. You might have a subscription to a membership area. You might have a program that people can take. Either they have to be part of the subscription, the membership, and then they can take the program, or maybe they can purchase that program separately. You might have a lead magnet, like a webinar or a self-directed course that people can access without even knowing what's happening in the rest of the Mighty network. You have a lot of flexibility. You also have flexibility about payment. You can collect payment through the Mighty Network platform itself. They support subscriptions with different subscription intervals. They support one-time payments with also installments to make those payments happen. If you want to, you can collect payment outside the Mighty network. Maybe you're already using ThriveCart or some other shopping cart and you want to continue to collect payment there. That works perfectly fine. Then you just bring people into the Mighty network, invite them into the spaces where you want them to be. And in terms of Mighty network lingo, that's a plan. So you set up plans for people to either purchase directly through the Mighty network platform, or if you're purchasing outside the Mighty network to give them access to the areas of the Mighty network you want them to have. You can also set up areas of a Mighty network to be free, either for people who've already made another purchase or free in general. You have a lot of options to choose from. One of my favorite things to do with clients is to help them develop the strategy for using the Mighty Networks platform. There are so many things that can be done with it. You can use it for business-to-business situations and business-to-consumer situations. Organizations use it, solopreneurs use it. Let's talk about some examples of the ways I've seen it being used. For some Mighty networks, their members are independent store owners, independent retailers. And the Mighty Network host is supporting them with different products. So the Mighty Network can be about those products, but it goes beyond that. It also helps those independent retailers to be successful in a climate where they're dealing with big box stores that have different resources than they have. It can be used to provide continuing education, continuing professional education for different professions. And perhaps that again is through somebody who has some product that they're selling, say to veterinarians, but their Mighty Network isn't really about that product. It's about how can we provide continuing education and support to the veterinarians who would also use our product so they know who we are and trust us. You can use it to support a membership organization, to bring members together to provide the resources they need, the directory and interactions and connections with each other. It can be used also to provide coaching, group coaching, or independent personal coaching. It can be used to provide a program. As a solopreneur, maybe you have an offering that you sell. It could be a subscription-based or a one-time payment, time-boxed offer. You can do all that with Mighty Networks. You also might be supporting a modality, a healing modality, and you want to support those practitioners in their own use of that modality, and maybe also in how to do that as a business. What are the business considerations, and how do you help them do that? There are so many different things that you can do with a Mighty Network. It's just a really interesting tool to explore. If you'd like to know more about it, I encourage you to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more of my own videos. And if you'd like help exploring it interactively with me, I'd love to talk to you in a discovery call. I'll put that information in the video description. Thanks so much for watching, and I would be really helpful if you would like this video if you've enjoyed it.